All right, just what the internet needed, another podcast, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm Brian, and I'm here with my buddy Todd. We're going to introduce ourselves, but this is the Border Riders podcast, episode one, maybe episode 0-1. I don't know. We'll see how this goes and see if it's something you guys want us to keep on doing. But to introduce myself, I'm a member of the Border Riders Facebook group, and I am a 50-year-old motorcycle enthusiast. Maybe a little long in the tooth. Been riding since I was about 16, like many of our friends out there. But I'm just here to kind of talk about events coming up. Todd, you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Todd. I am the creator of Border Riders. Brian, thank you, first of all, this being our first podcast. Thank you for joining our group, and thank you for help sharing all this information.
Oh man, absolutely. Hey Todd, tell me a little bit about Border Riders, just to make sure that we're really clear on what it is.
Brian, I started Border Riders July 23rd, 2020, right during the COVID pandemic.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to share information of a great state of Arkansas and all of our surrounding states, all of our bordering states, Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, Tennessee, Oklahoma. Our group is all about sharing rides, meetups, rallies, that kind of information. And we're really excited. Our group is growing. We're over 6,300 members this week, and we love to ride. We love to share rides.
And we got a new member from Tennessee just the other day, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, we do. We got Tennessee. We've got them as far as Australia. That these riders, they fly in, they come in because we're in the top 10 riding territories in the country.
You're talking about Arkansas.
We got a lot of people that fly here to ride.
Now you and I will not disagree, because I know Arkansas's got some great rides, right? And yes, obviously there's people that know how good Arkansas is, but I'm partial to Southern Missouri, because for some reason every time I get on an Arkansas road down there, I end up behind some type of truck. And
we got a lot of trucks in Arkansas.
Yeah. So I'm up in Southwest Missouri. You're in Northwest Arkansas.
Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah. So there are some great roads, and we're going to talk about some roads. We're going to talk about lots of stuff. We're going to talk right now, for the sake of this podcast, just some upcoming events going on in our areas, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you got?
We've got some really good benefits and rides coming up this summer. It's hot.
The hot ones.
It's going to be the weather.
Yeah, the hot ones, but still good reason to get out and good reason to ride. So what do you got on your side there for some events coming up, Todd?
We got some great benefits and rides coming up. And let me start off. Let's go with Thunder on the Mountain. Okay. Thunder on the Mountain is August 18th and the 19th. One thing you got to make sure that you pay attention to is you got to be 21 years old to attend this event. Like I said, it's $40 a person, and man, they've got the burnout pit, which is always exciting, and it's located in Clinton, Arkansas. And I don't know if any of y'all ever been to Clinton, but some great rides. I believe that's Van Buren County, and really look forward to this event. Thunder on the Mountain, August 18th and 19th, $40 a person.
All right. And what else we got going on? I think we've got something on August the 12th, right?
Yes, sir. We got August the 12th. And this benefit really touches my heart. We did an event last year and for Rhonda and Randy Boone. I don't know if any of y'all ever remember the tragedy that happened with Ashley Boone last year. And I don't want to go into details, but she was pregnant. She lost her baby and her life. And they're doing a benefit for her August 12th. It's going to be held at the Peak Trail Harley Davidson in Rogers, Arkansas. Anybody that knows Kyle and Casey and the staff at Peak Trail Harley Davidson, they're always reaching out and giving a helping hand. So, but this benefit is going to benefit all the kids. All the proceeds go to the children that Rhonda and Randy and I believe her fiance was are raising. And it's $20 a person, I believe, and it's $5 for any extra games. that they want to purchase. Kickstands up at 9:30. I believe not last bike out is at 11 a.m.
Okay. I think their poker run is $15 and then $5 extra. But guys, this is for a great cause. So the information's on the screen for y'all. Now, sometimes
they got live music, and I believe out there, I believe they have some live music, but they're going to end up at Rhonda and Randy's home, and that's the parents of Ashley Boone, and they'll get to meet them and give their condolences.
Now, Todd, sometimes people post events that are that you and I are outside of our. I mean, we can obviously we're border riders. We can ride wherever we want, but we got an event that was posted on the Border Riders page for Monroe, Louisiana. Is that right?
Yeah, Monroe, Louisiana. I don't know much about that event. I'm going to actually look into that a little more. But yes, if anybody has any information on that, please contact Brian or myself, because we definitely would like to share that information and get to know more about it.
Yeah, that's
August. Memorial Ride. I think it's the 9th annual.
Yeah, it's the 9th annual event. It's on August the 19th out of Monroe, Louisiana. We'll put the graphic up there for you guys. They've got raffle, 50-50, pool, cornhole, lots of stuff going on there. One event coming up that was posted also is an event on Facebook. You can go to Border Riders Facebook page and find it in there. But it's not a Border Riders event, but it's the Labor Day 150-mile dice run.
Absolutely. That's a good time right there.
Yeah, that's Sunday, September the 3rd. The event is hosted by the Switchback.
Yeah, that's on a Sunday, and that's actually being hosted by the Switchback Bar in North Eureka Springs. And I don't know if anybody, if any of y'all are familiar or friends with Carrie and Andrew Boehm. Great people, members of our group, and you can find the Switchback Bar at 9297 on Highway 23. Anybody knows about some riding, Highway 23 is very popular in Arkansas. They got a breakfast starting at 9 a.m. and I believe it's 9 to 10:30 a.m. They also have live music, adult beverages, and nothing but good times. So make sure you mark that on your calendars. Switchback Bar in Eureka Springs, 150-mile run.
Yeah, and another couple of events just real quick to get through. We've got the annual Bike Blessings of the Ozarks. That's Saturday, September the 9th. It says all are welcome, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All bikes, vehicles, walk-ins. It's going to be over in on 18440 Marshall Street in Garfield, Arkansas. It is hosted by Circuit Riders MM and Restoration Riders chapter. Again, that one is September the 9th. We've got two more events happening the same weekend, but it really kind of depends on your preference of what you want to do that weekend. Now, the big event going on is September the 13th up here in Missouri. We're talking about Missouri there, Todd. Up here in Missouri on the 13th through the 17th, we've got the 17th annual Lake of the Ozarks Bike Fest, which I think a lot of people have heard about that. It's one of those big, giant city taking over kind of events. Happens for 17 years now, Lake of the Ozarks.
That's a great event. I've had some friends that went to it last year, Rebecca, Sylvia, and them, and I just got off the phone with her earlier. Great event.
It's big.
Rented the house there last year.
Big, lots of stuff going on. There's tons of things. I mean, too much to mention, but again, that's September the 13th through the 17th, Lake of the Ozarks. That's the Bike Fest. It doesn't really, I don't really know what the sponsors are for that. It's just a big citywide event. It's one of those big giant events. We do have something, another option if you're not into those big events, and Todd or I are going to talk about some of that as far as giant events versus small events. But on September the 15th, in Branson, Missouri, which is close to my hometown, we do have a ride-in for border riders. So if you're interested in coming in and just riding some great roads in Branson area, not through the Branson Strip, we're going to be taking you outside, and we've probably got 4 or 5 different loops that we can run. But that'll be September the 15th through the 17th. Pretty much people coming in on a Friday, getting acclimated, Saturday all day runs like Peel's Ferry and a couple different runs around here. We even have a Eureka Springs run that we're going to do. So we'll be doing the whole border thing. And then Sunday we might have one last ride before, but it's simple. Come in, meet people, and do some riding and stuff. It's
Brian, tell
sponsored.
me some more about the Outback restaurant. Great food. I have actually eaten there several times, and then the bar next to. I know a lot of us have been there. A lot of my friends. Tell me a little more
Yeah.
about the Outback.
Well, the Outbacks they're friends of mine, and I said, hey, we might have about 40 or 50 bikes coming in. Do you got a place for us to park and meet up? And they said, sure. So really, that's the extent. They just want to give us some space to be able to come in and congregate and decide who's going on what rides and which directions we're going. But the Outback restaurant is Outback Steak and Oyster Bar is the original Outback. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know that, but they were
I
existence.
did not know that myself.
They were in existence long before the Outback chain, and they're just a great, fun little bar. They're a Branson staple. They've been there since I've been in Branson, and I've been there for a long, long time. But that is, again, September the 15th, 16th, and 17th. There's hotels all over town. There's tons of stuff. I mean, it's basically a ride in, pick you a spot that you want to stay at. There's a hotel right there on the property. There's a hotel right across the street.
What's the name of that hotel? I was talking to a friend earlier today. What's the name of that hotel?
There's one connected to the Outback that's called the Outback Roadhouse. Motel. But right across the street's another great hotel. There's tons of places to stay all over Branson. Again, just a place for us to congregate, meet up, and then ride out. But that's
really
going on.
To it.
Yeah, I am too. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about large ride-ins versus small ride-ins. Now, my opinion is I avoid large ride-ins like the plague, Todd, because the last thing I want to do is spend my entire weekend doing 2.5 miles an hour, around the city square. But I mean, you get outside of town and you start doing some fun stuff. I get that. But what are your thoughts on that as far as these mega bike ride-ins? It's just exciting to see a lot of people, right?
I love the big rides. I really, really look forward to the big rides. I think our biggest ride 2 years ago was 300 and something bikes. We had the Mount Nebo last year, the Mount Nebo ride. We call it the Reb ride. We had 75 bikes, went to the top of Mount Nebo safely and came back down. It was a great ride. It's just seeing all those bikes for miles and miles is an incredible feeling. I love listening to the roar of the motorcycles, the Harley Davidsons, the Hondas, all of them. I love the feel of the large groups, but I've also had some really great times with just a couple of friends.
Yeah, I agree that a big long trail of bikes, going around the hills is awesome. It's always awesome.
It's incredible.
I think getting packed in with a couple thousand tourists, in that area, all on motorcycles and stuff. Honestly, Todd, I get anxious just being on a busy weekend down to Eureka Springs. So I like the open roads, and I like groups where we can get together with 15, 20, or 30 bikes and just go off into a ride. But these big event weekends are just, for me, they're just a little too much for me. But that's how
Brian, one question I had, I was talking a few weeks ago to a couple of our friends about our ride we're going to do in Branson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, during the dates, how is the traffic in that area? That was a big concern with a lot of riders.
I don't think there'll be much problem at all. I mean, Branson is busy almost year round now. So in September, everybody's going to be going back to school and stuff. The kids are back in school, so the traffic is a little bit lower in September than it is during the summer months. The way the riding would work is, we're going to get out on 76 with probably 15 or 20 bikes per direction we go, because we'll be going in several different directions depending on which ride you want to do. You know what I mean? But we'll probably get on with 20 or 30 bikes. We'll putt through 76 until we get to our route where we start doing our loop. And then there's no traffic outside of Branson. I mean, it's just literally getting past the 2 miles or whatever that you're going, whichever direction you're going on 76. And it's kind of fun to acclimate yourself there. But it'll just be close riding for that in-town stuff. And then as soon as we get out to our loops and stuff, you'll be able to open up to 4 or 5 bike lengths and really enjoy the hills and the curves.
I really look forward to it. So we're going to have you find all the hidey holes, secret hideaways, and places that probably you know about. I hope.
Oh, well, I've done all these loops. We'll have the Peels Ferry. We got a couple of fun ones. Like I did say, we've got the Eureka Springs loop. So we're going to be going through Golden and all that kind of stuff. And what is that? It's not Holiday Hills. What is it? Like Thousand or Holiday Island? Or what is it?
Holiday Island.
Holiday Island. We'll be going through Holiday Island probably around Eureka. I don't know how many people are super excited to just roll down through the middle of Eureka, but we'll get that.
The little Golden Gate Bridge is incredible.
Yeah.
I really like that route.
But some great loops, a fun weekend. Again, an alternative if you don't want to go up to the Bike Fest at Lake of the Ozarks. We want y'all to go up there and have a great time and do some crazy stuff at Lake of the Ozarks. But if you want something as an alternative that's a little bit more of a low-key weekend, we got that for you too. Now,
absolutely.
Border Riders is just a great Facebook group. One thing that we want to make sure that we're clear about is we are not at MC, right, Todd?
No, sir.
No.
We're just moms, dads, sisters, and brothers. We're strangers at first.
Yeah.
And we come together with just one thing in common. We love to ride.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's just a Facebook group. This is just a podcast to engage that Facebook group. But if you guys like what you hear and you want me and Todd to keep doing this, or you want to be on the podcast to talk about an upcoming event, you can let us know by going to the Border Riders group on Facebook. You can also go to other socials and hashtag us, Border Riders Pod. That's Border Riders Pod. We're going to be posting some YouTube videos here. We're going to try to do this semi-regularly, but I'm thinking maybe like twice a month or even more, depending on what you guys want and what you guys say about it.
It's about sharing information. Let's get the word out about all these rallies, these great benefits that's going on. That's what's important. Is sharing all this information together.
Now, Todd and I are out of Missouri and Arkansas, but I mean, if you want to come in and talk about some events going on in Texas, Tennessee, obviously Louisiana, we talked a little bit about. Where else, Todd? We got Oklahoma,
yeah. Louisiana, this is some great riding down Louisiana. I actually lived down Louisiana for months working for my father. Man, that's some great roads down there.
Now, I think Todd and I both ride VTXs. So we will do an event in Kansas because our VTXs go really fast, really straight. And there's tons of straight, fast stuff in Kansas. But
hey, really, I got my Harley shirt on. I
see. But But if you are just a diehard Harley lover and you want to get on here and make fun of us, some of us metric guys, you can do that too. Whatever. We're all about two wheels down and having a good time on the road and being safe and talking about some events.
Hey, let's not forget about Sturgis going on right now.
What's that?
10 days of motorcycles. I
Sturgis?
love that. I got a lot of friends up there.
What is that? Is that an event? I've never heard of it. Is it a big deal to a lot of people?
Come on, Brian.
Do a lot of people go to that? I don't know what you're talking about, Tom.
They love that thing. Hey, let me tell you a little trivia for you. When did you think Sturgis was created? What year? When did it start?
Me? Oh gosh, and I honestly don't know the answer to this. Let me guess.
Anybody? Do they know? We're gonna start giving away prizes because I love to give away.
Well, anybody can look it up and put their answer in the comments. I'm gonna guess.
When take a guess, Brian?
1978.
1938.
Seriously?
In 1938, it was actually created, and this kind of surprised me. It was started by a group of Indian motorcycle riders.
Oh, man.
Sturgis was created for stunts and races. And look what it's blown up to.
Any Indian rider that goes to Sturgis, make sure that they know that. They all know that as a fact. And they tell every single person that goes to Sturgis that this was started. But that's awesome. I did not even realize
that. Is awesome. Hey,
that's crazy.
I want to give one more shout out to this ride they're going to do. It's called We're Not Going to Sturgis.
Oh.
It's a camp out. Hey, guys, this camp out, we're not going to Sturgis. It's Sardis Lake in Clayton, Oklahoma. And this is going to be a fun camp out. It's free camping. It's Friday, August 11th through the 13th. It's the third annual We Ain't Going to Sturgis. Hey, y'all want to give that a check out. It's been posted to our group. Hey, give them guys a shout out. And they're going to stop and have lunch. They're going to do the Talamina Scenic Byway. You know, everybody's been on that ride, Talamina. If you haven't, you better put that on your maps. It's a great ride. They're going to stop in and see Pam's Hateful Hussy. It's in Tallahena. Y'all make sure you can find that post in our group. Pam does an incredible job at that restaurant. You're going to love the cooking. So mark that down. We ain't going to Sturgis, August 11th to the 13th.
And we're going to try to get all these links to these events that we can find in the description below. If you don't see it on there, make sure you go to the Border Riders Facebook page. It's in some of those posts and stuff in that Facebook page. But I'm Brian, and this is Todd, and this has been the Border Riders podcast, man.
Thank y'all for watching.
See you guys later.